What's going on, everybody? This is you should know, Omar Kill Solomon, one half of the Culture Cast team, for the culture, by the culture. We do it for the culture, and if you're not down with the culture, I just can't help you. I am joined by my amazing co-host, Worldwide Ray.
Bam.
Oh, yes.
You know the face, you know the name?
We are back again. We are here. It's time for an amazing interview that we just told you guys about. We are joined by the incredible, the man who not only rides a pony, but comes out to pony. Insert your own body roll. He's at the front of the crowd. Make some noise for Frontman Jah-C, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of only certain ages, it's the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only mother effing front man. Matt, we are a show full of introductions. Everybody's got a dope ass introduction today. I'm digging the energy. Let's keep it up. Thank you for having me on.
Hell yeah.
That's what we like to hear. Energy is so essential. It's like a spark plug, my brother. And if you don't have it,
energy is necessary. It is necessary.
How are you
gotta
doing?
have energy.
How are you doing in these quarantine streets?
You know what, man? I got to be honest with you. I've been asked that question more times than I can count recently. But I tell you, I am more busy now than I ever have been, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Between training, tape study, getting prepped for the big comeback, wrestling's opening up once again, man. That's a cool thing. But this quarantine time has not lended much rest for yours truly. I'm a busy man, dude. As long as I keep goals on the mind, there's always something to do. There's never a dull moment. If there's one thing I've learned over these past crazy 4 months is life goes on, man. And I don't wait for wrestling. Wrestling waits for me. At August 22nd, which we will get to, August 22nd is the front man coming back to town.
Let them know. Let them know.
I felt that. I felt that in my heart, man.
Let them know. Real quick before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the Culture Cast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social media, Culture Cast Pod, and away we go. Jah-C, real quick before we get started, one thing we love to ask our guests, and it kind of goes back to the quarantine, but it kind of puts a flip on it for you. What is the most random thing that you've bought off Amazon throughout this entire quarantine, my brother?
A red, white, and blue can of whoop ass with Airwolf's name on it. And August 22nd, I'm going to open it up.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, that cost you $9.99. The same price as the network. That's
right. I got it on sale. Buy one, get one. Woo. Buy one, get one. I heard there's some Trump named AJ Gray out there calling me, talking about he wants to fight me for time bomb, but that's another road that we'll go down. We're focused on August 22nd. Black wrestlers matter. We are putting on, we are showing up, and we are showing out.
I mean, how about AJ Gray?
There's a connection error.
I can still hear you, my brother. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. See, Frontman breaks the internet, dude. That's what I do. There's so much electricity pulsating through my veins, and it comes out of my voice, and I get all amped up, man, and I shut things down. I'm sorry. My apologies. I'll keep a lid on it for the remainder of the talk.
Yeah, I was saying maybe AJ Gray could hop in whatever car he has right now and drive to Des Moines, Iowa on August 22nd. Instead of keeping it on the internet.
AJ don't want to do that.
Man, tell us about, we're going to talk all about August 22nd because, of course, Black Wrestlers Matter, and we really want to pump that show. But tell us about your journey leading up to this, because you are the front man. Why are you leading the crowd from the front? Like, what made you become the front man in this beautiful world of professional wrestling?
Listen, I'm gonna forgive the stupidity on your part for not being educated to know exactly how damn good I am and not knowing exactly why I call myself the front man.
I had an idea.
The speakers. No. Shut up. You had your chance to speak and you screwed it up. When my music hits the speakers, I make my walk and I dish an excellent execution of entertainment that can't nobody hang with, man. So when you are rocking out front and center, they tend to have a name for you. Would you happen to know or have a guess as to what that name might be?
Enlighten me, my brother. Enlighten me.
It would be the front man, dog. It would be the front man. That is why I am the front man. There can only be one.
There can only be one?
Only.
There can only be one.
Asking me, why am I the front man? Why am I who I say I am? Because I haven't been proven wrong yet. And until I am proven wrong, I'm going to keep running my mouth about how damn good I am. And I'm going to keep running my mouth about how I am the front man. And there could only be one me to play to be the front man.
As soon as you said that, I'm watching your match right now with Eric Cannon. Sweet victory. I love that his blood was on your knuckles.
That's
proving
right.
everything, brother.
Talk, spit, get hit. Ain't that how the saying go? My mama taught me that.
Woo! Talk, spit, get hit. Thankfully, we are like in a Zoom meeting right now because I felt that in my soul. You know, I don't want to get a virtual. I don't want to get a virtual slap in this interview.
He probably gave you that Fred Sanford.
If it's this powerful over the internet, just imagine how powerful it is when you are in the presence of greatness.
Okay.
Just imagine. It's unpoppable. Pandemonium, dog.
My beard is growing. I feel the electricity. It's like it's static right now.
The testosterone is helping you out. I'm giving it to you.
I feel a shoulder shrug coming on. Like, oh my God.
I mean, I felt the electricity the many times he was here in Chicago at multiple promotions like AAW and Freelance. I just felt the electricity. You just felt it oozing in the Logan Square Auditorium. As soon as you walked in, you were just like, oh, what is that? Like, I'm standing in line, like, what is that? You sit down, still trying to figure out what it is. As soon as you hear his music and he comes out, it's just boom, and you're like,
and listen, that was the old me that was doing that. Just imagine this new me.
Ooh,
I'm gonna own Chicago. I'm gonna own all of professional wrestling. This is another thing. I was born a little bit on the more bravado side. I don't want to say cocky. I'm not arrogant. I'm just good. And there's a difference between that. And there's nobody that does what I do, how I do it, and have been doing it for 4.5 years and only been getting better. I'm unmatched. That is true. Now, I'm not claiming to be the best wrestler in the world. I'm not claiming to be the best wrestler that you're going to see August 22nd whipping Airwolf's ass. No. But I'm an entertainer in my own right. I'm a showman in my own right, the consummate professional. I'm one of a kind, man.
One of a kind.
I pride myself in that.
You know, I did a little research myself, and I was watching your match with Jake Lander, and I was like, wow, because, you know, you got to prepare when you do interviews. And Worldwide Ray, he likes to make fun of me because I'm more of the mainstream guy of the team. So I have to go research new people each and every day. But I was like, okay, first of all, I just want to see you do the pony dance and the little Drew Hill dance when you come out to Pony next time, like, just for the culture. But that match really stood out to me because I think one thing, and you just say you've been in the game for close to under 5 years, but I saw psychology from the start, and I feel like it's a different type. Your energy is so contagious that it applies not only in the ring but to the fans. And this is just me watching from YouTube. So what makes you draw people in, like, from birth? Like, were you involved in, like, sports? Did your mama just know, like, hey, you're gonna be the one front and center? But, like, what really just built that draw for you?
I was touched by the hand of God, man. Honestly. I'm blessed. I've been this good for quite some time. And every year what I've learned is I get better at opening up this good, if that makes sense. I get better at releasing it and giving it out to the world and everybody watching. So it's always been in me. It's like a diamond in a lump of coal.
Okay.
And you chip away at it, you put it under pressure, and eventually you got that diamond, man. And every single year over the past 4.5, every match that I've had has been chipping away at that damn lump of coal. And before you know it, my words are going to be proven to be right. Before you know it, it's not just going to be hot air coming from some dude in Minneapolis, Minnesota on a Zoom interview. Before you know it, it's going to be a fact that you cannot deny. Nobody talks like me. Nobody walks like me. Nobody wrestles like me. I'm one of a kind. So it's not something that you can necessarily learn. Now, I'll give all the credit in the world to my team and the trainers down at Black and Brave because they broke me in. I was trained by Merrick Brave and a guy by the name of Seth Rollins, and they did pretty damn good about teaching me the ropes.
Well, the coaches,
You can't just be any Joe Schmo off of the street in a pair of spandex, baby oil, and knee-high boots, calling yourself a wrestler and step to me and expect to have my respect. You can't do that. You gotta come with the juice, man. I went on a little bit of a rant, but that's because I'm speaking from the heart.
The juice was loose. It be like that sometimes.
Juice was loose. My nickname in middle school was Juicy Lemons. All right. And the juice was always worth the squeeze. All right.
Oh my God. Got him.
Yeah, I was close.
True fact. That's a true fact. I wish that was some line I wrote about my diary by the fire one night, but no, that's the true fact. Juicy Lemons was middle school king.
Juicy, man. I'm gonna call you from the rest of this every Juicy Lemon now. We're gonna upgrade it.
There you go.
You gotta upgrade it. Lemon.
Yeah.
Lemon.
Well, Mr. Lemon, I was just thinking about like all the heavy hitters that are from the Minnesota area. You have yourself, the guy you just beat down on my TV, Eric Cannon. You have guys like Darren Corbin, Cody Rice. Like, it seems like the Minnesota area deserves more respect, especially in the independent scene that it's getting right now, because you're hearing like the Floridas, the Texas, even here in Chicago, you hear more about those groups, but you don't hear about the realness, the raw talent that's in Minnesota. So how do you feel about that?
I got a big damn chip on my shoulder for that. Now, far be it from me to ever play the role of the guy that's going to sing the praises of anybody else, because the fact is, when you're looking at me and when you're talking about me and when you're talking about who's the whole kit and caboodle and the measuring stick of tomorrow, it can only be one, and it's got to be me. So I don't spend my time talking about and recognizing the successes and capabilities of other guys. But I will give you a one-time only opinion that I'll put out there for the internet. Dude, we've got guys like JDX, Devon Monroe, Airwolf. These are young guns coming up, and the whole world is waiting to hear about them. We've heard for the past half decade about how Ohio or St. Louis or Nebraska or Iowa is producing some top tier talent. And I can speak for the Iowa talent. I can speak for the boys of the Black and Brave, because as long as you got that badge of honor that says BXB followed by a set of Roman numerals, you have my respect. But when you are talking about the future of the business, man, you got a lot of stock in Minneapolis. A lot.
Yes.
And that was just the young guns. You mentioned the Eric Cannons and the Darren Corbins that opened up the door. Ken Anderson's running a school up here. Brandon Gore's a big champion up here. It's talent, man. It's talent for sure. But I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to hype them up, but then tear them down, because the fact is nobody stacks up to the front man. And for the past 4.5 years, I've heard Airwolf's name mentioned time after time about how he's this guy we all need to keep our eye out for. He's worked with MLW. He's been all over the place. He's done some incredible things. But he is a kid playing a man's game. And on August 22nd, Franklin Junior High Auditorium, he is going one-on-one with one in a million. A man, a myth, a legend, the mother effing frontman Jah-C. And Airwolf is going to get beat, outclassed, outperformed, outworked, and outshined by yours truly.
Period.
Minnesota's great.
Period.
Praise God.
Period. Pooh. I felt that. Hashtag for the culture. Once again, that's Black Wrestlers Matter, Saturday, August 22nd. Make sure you guys get your tickets. That's going to be in Des Moines, Iowa. Minnesota's going to take over Iowa. They're going to whoop some ass. And the front man.
That's right. You can, excuse me if I can interject, you can head over to blackwrestlersmatter.bigcartel.com. You can get your tickets. Kids get in for, I believe, $10. General admission is going to be $20. $35 comes with a T-shirt. $50 for a VIP section. That's a select area ringside. Come and get it.
Now,
I'm on fire. Y'all got another question for me to knock out the park?
Ooh, we the culture cast. Me and Worldwide. You see that? Home runs. That's all I do.
Home run. I just feel like going back to someone who has the name Wolf in their name. Like, bro, you stand no chance. Airwolf, Steven Wolf, Wolfpack.
It's a famous. You know, I was in a Jimmy Jacobs seminar once upon a time when I was a young pup. And he had mentioned something about the famous Wolf family in wrestling. There's a lot of them. So, you know, I might not want to piss off Airwolf too much because Steven Wolf might come out. The Wolf Pack might come out of retirement. Who knows? They got about 100 family members.
Yeah, well.
And there's only one front man.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolves got to stay in the back of the pack. They're at the back of the pack. There's only one frontman, like you mentioned, and we here at the Culture Cast, we might have to take that road trip to Iowa. Ain't nothing else to do. There's nothing to do with Iowa. But
I got a hybrid. I'm already
to do with Iowa. Are you kidding me, gentlemen? I just told you August 22nd, Franklin Junior High Auditorium. There's plenty to do in Des Moines, Iowa. You can catch yours truly with the lights brighter than they have ever been before, showing everybody why I am exactly what I claim I am. There's plenty to do in Iowa. Get out of here with that.
On August 22nd, there's plenty to do. But after that, I'm taking my ass to Chicago.
Iowa's only cool if the front man's in town.
You know what?
As soon as he leaves, we're going.
We going right back to Chicago. You know that. Tell me about.
They got nothing but corn, dog. Nothing but corn.
Now, tell me about, like, you're from Minnesota. You were trained at Black and Brave. So, of course, Seth Rollins is a big-time Chicago Bears fan. Was you being from Minnesota? I'm not sure if you're a football guy, but are you a Viking fan? Did you guys ever argue and debate whenever the Vikings would beat up on the Bears or vice versa?
Nope. Honestly, I'm not a big sports guy. I am a Vikings fan by proxy because I'm Minnesota born and bred. My grandfather would probably disown me if I sang the praises of any other team. So I will stick to repping the Vikings. And, you know, that whole architect dude can stick to the Bears.
Yeah, but the Black and Brave, like, they have some incredible talent coming out. The guys like, Storm Grayson, I know, was at Black and Brave. And he's
no. Storm is he's not a Black and Brave graduate.
Oh, he's not?
Storm is out of Chicago.
Oh, he told me he was at Black and Brave. I know Elena Black, she's talked about being at Black and Brave a few times.
Right. So, like, you know, all due respect to everybody that you're mentioning here, but let's be honest. We have a somewhat of an open door policy, or at least if you have a reputation, if you have an end, if you have a word, have somebody that can put in a word for you, you might be able to get in the door to do a couple rolls and bumps and maybe do some calisthenics inside of our academy. But that does not make you a Black and Brave graduate. And I don't mean to put anyone that you mentioned on the spot. It's just I take very seriously my training and where I come from. Like I said earlier in this interview, if anybody's got the badge of honor of completing that 12 to 13 grueling training process and everything that it takes after that training process to really rock that badge that says Black and Brave, they have all of my respect automatically. But you cannot just pass through our doors and think that you can claim us. Woo. Where I come from. You're on my level because you did some burpees in my building.
Take that, Ray. Take that, Ray. I'm not the only one getting attacked today. Take that, Ray.
Hey, you the one that said there's nothing to do in Iowa.
There's only something to do on
with
August 22nd, Black Wrestlers Matter, which is a celebration of Black professional wrestling. Make sure you get your tickets. They are going to be at blackwrestlersmatter.bigcartel.com, where you can see the front man. Well, that's the only person you really want to see, to be honest with you.
That's the correct answer to follow that up with.
Yes.
All right. With that being said, like anything you want to tell Airwolf, like what should he be prepared for come August 22nd?
He should be prepared to move around to the point of exhaustion, and still it won't be enough because I'm going to kick his teeth down his throat. And I'm sick of the stupid mask thing. I've never really been a fan of the whole lucha stuff. So if he thinks that just because, you know, he's a black wrestler who matters underneath that mask, that I'm going to take him easy, or I'm going to show any bit of respect or be cordial, he's got another thing coming. I hate the mask. I hate the lucha stuff. And I hate the fact that he thinks that he can stand in the ring with me and he belongs in the ring with me. So I'm going to show him on August 22nd that there are very few dudes on this planet without a contract that actually belong in the ring under the bright lights with me. And Airwolf, you are not him. You're a talented kid, but you ain't Ja.
That's what we like to hear, Ja. Well, on a more serious topic real quick, I think one thing I definitely want to talk to you about is just especially with everything that's been going on in the country and this new awakening to an extent. This show is so important and so vital, I believe, not only just for the culture, but for the entire landscape of professional wrestling, because this is just a true celebration of the Black professional wrestling. I mean, just Black professional wrestling. And a lot of times, especially in the culture, we do not get flowers when flowers are needed at the right time. And I just think if you could talk about just like the importance of this show, especially with everything that's going on in the country, how representation matters, how inclusion is everything, and what needs to happen in this culture, especially in professional wrestling. Like, how important is the show personally to you, and like just what does it mean?
Yeah, so when I was about 5 years old, I fell in love with this professional wrestling thing. It's grabbed a hold of me and hasn't let go since. Entire life searching for and attempting to cling on to as many good representations of our people within the confines of professional wrestling. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've looked up to dudes like The Rock, like Ron Simmons, like Booker T, because they looked like that little me who wanted to do what they do. They showed me that although you may go to school and you look different than everybody else in the class, you know, I was one of maybe 100 black kids in that school, and we all stuck together. But this show is very important. It's very important because it gives the opportunities for families of all colors to come in and see that not every talented wrestler is an angry white guy with tattoos coming out to metal music. Not every talented wrestler is a luchador, man. We got brothers and sisters out here who helped to build the foundation of this business. When you look at Junkyard Dog, Ernie Ladd, and we need to do the best we can to create more stars like that, to give hope to some little black kid that looks like me, to remind that little black kid that looks like me that when he comes to a show like this, there are plenty of black wrestlers that look like him. You are talented. You are black. You are strong. It's very important, man. Just imagine, think about growing up as a young black man back in the day and a wrestling fan at that. You know, like, I don't want to sit here and act like we're coming from slavery. No, we were free-ish kids who fell in love with this sport and were just desperately looking for another person that looked like us. So
no doubt about
this show is giving that platform, you know, so we can show them.
Love the answer. Love the answers. Also, for the culture, make sure you guys get your tickets. Black Wrestlers Matter, a celebration of Black professional wrestling. That's going to be at Franklin Junior High Auditorium in Des Moines, Iowa. You can get your tickets. Also, the proceeds of this event, guys, is going to go to Knowledge is Power, which is the Des Moines area leaders of tomorrow. So it's definitely going back for the culture as we do this for the culture. That's a play on words. Tickets at blackwrestlersmatter.bigcartel.com.
Man, Jah-C 2020. If you run for any office or anything, you got my vote, man.
maybe Frontman Jah for president. Maybe I'll even settle for being Dwayne's vice.
You talked about music, and one thing we talk about on this podcast a lot, I'm really big into music. I really talk about how much I hate the current age of music and professional wrestling because number one, it's trash. Number two, it's either basic, and if they do give us any hip hop, it's like a Fruity Loops beat, and it's just horrible. Like nothing really stands out. You get the rare thing that'll stand out, like Karrion Kross's recent interest, like it draws you in. But outside of that, like you really don't have entrance music that just draws you in. So first off, like that's why when you hear your music, you hear Pony. You know, I just think of Genuine. I just think of a lot of good times when I was a younger man and I had hair. But
Stone Ages, brother.
I know.
It's cool. You're pulling off the Rick Ross thing.
Huh. But tell me about just two-part question. What are some of your favorite music and professional wrestling? Number one, outside of your own. And then also just tell me what are you listening to music-wise in general, so I can either know if I can laugh at you or agree with you.
Don't laugh at the job. Don't laugh at the front man. What's wrong with you?
You know what, man? Hey, listen, I'm an old soul, man. I of today's music, if it's The Weeknd, I'll listen to it. I like me some Weeknd. I like me some Joyner Lucas, some Tech Nine. But I really, dude, I'm an old school man. I'm Minnesota through and through, so. You know, there ain't a Prince song that ain't bopping too. Diamonds and Pearls right now is on my repeat list. I'm a big fan of classic rock too. There's some Rolling Stones in this phone.
Okay.
Some Jimi Hendrix, a lot of Jimi Hendrix. Listen, if you can show me a Michael Jackson song that I have not heard, I will give you $100 if you can show me a Michael Jackson. I give you a free T-shirt if you can show me a Michael Jackson song that I ain't never heard. All right, that's my dude.
Lisa, it's your birthday. Got him.
You are not going to Hollywood. If this was American Idol, you ain't getting no golden ticket.
Oh man, I got bars in here, man. They making fun, man. I've been
you
watching
going home
Hamilton.
crying.
I've been watching Hamilton. I got my bars up. That's what's up, man. Well, do you have before we get on out of here, we want to definitely thank you for taking some time with the Culture Cast. Let's hear throw out everything that you want to promote about this match coming up, anything you want to say to that Wolf guy, and then also your social media. So the floor is yours, Frontman.
Awesome. Well, I just have to remind everybody watching out there in TV land that August 22nd is going to present to you the opportunity of a lifetime when the Frontman Jah plucks that Airwolf kid out of obscurity and gives him the chance to rock with a god like yours truly. He's going to get kicked so hard in the face, he's going to be stuttering about Sturgis for weeks. August 22nd. Be there or be squared. And if you like this T-shirt, and I've got plenty of other T-shirts, you can take your happy ass over to ProWrestlingTees.com/Frontman Jah ROX because he does, and you can rock in style. Ooh. That's pretty much it. I'm Frontman Jah everywhere out there on all the Twitters, the Instagrams, the TikToks, and all that sort of thing.
Hey, TikTok is life. I just actually blew up like 11,000 views on a TikTok. You know, life is lit.
Catch up, kid. I've got a 2.1 millioner out there.
Woo!
It's not on my page though. I don't know how that works.
And on that note,
that's a crying Jordan. Yes, right.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Culture Cast, for the culture, by the culture. We do it for the culture. Make sure you guys subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you click the link in our bio on social media. We got Culture Cast merch available. 100% of the 100% of the proceeds, will go to charity and independent wrestling, because that is what we do. We do it for the culture. I'm the you should know, Omar Kill Solomon.
Hey, August 22nd is my birthday weekend, so I'm going there. I'm turning up the whole show.
Oh, we'll have to share a drink if the bar is open.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ray is driving, that means I am jumping in the car, and we're not going to judge what happens in Iowa, because what happens in Iowa stays in Iowa on
That's right.
On August 22nd. We are out of here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We can't wait to see you soon. Make sure you buy your tickets August 22nd, period.
And AJ Gray is ugly.
That's what he said. Thank you, guys.